Alright, shalom, shalom. Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we'll say Kalayim Layah, Bashim Yahshua, Bashim HaKakodash. Honest to the elders and apostles, Great Millstone, GMS, to do rule and teach well. Young brother here. Forgive me, I've been having the hiccups all day. I think maybe a sickness has come on, but, just been praying on it. Alright. So forgive me if I start to hiccup while I make this video. Right. Trump advanced plans for Golden Dome missile defense system. Right. The U.S. Right, this is BBC.com. Trump unveils plans for Golden Dome defense program. Right. Maybe we could just click the video instead of me trying to read.
The American people that I would build a cutting-edge missile defense shield to protect our homeland from the threat of foreign missile attack. And that's what we're doing. Today I'm pleased to announce that we have officially selected an architecture for this state-of-the-art system that will deploy next-generation technologies across the land, sea, and space, including space.
Yeah. That's pretty much the nuclear triad. If you just replace space with air. Right? So that's where in World War III, this is the 100,000 warheads, right? With 100 million warheads, they could be coming from all over the place, right? Like I said, the nuclear triad, right? Land, right? Sea, they got something that could come up the water, you got the silo, this land, and then you got planes that can launch ICBMs and, well, maybe not ICBMs, but different, like nuclear tipped warheads. Maybe they can't do ICBMs. I don't know. When I think ICBMs, I think of like computers. I think of a silo.
Space-based sensors and interceptors. And Canada has called us and they want to be a part of it. So we'll be talking to them. They want to have protection also.
Mr. President, add this to the long and growing list of promises made and promises kept. Ultimately, this right here, the Golden Dome for America, is game changer. It's a generational investment in the security of America and Americans. President Reagan, 40 years ago, cast the vision for it. The technology wasn't there. Now it is, and you're following through to say we...
All right, what do we think about with that? Right, the books were open. Knowledge was increased. Right, and as we move on to the end, technology continues to increase. These different things they planned out, years and years ahead of time. They starting to push it to the public. It's like a mainstream, such as the MOTB, the Karagma, right? They had things like that since like the 90s, like the Baja Club. And now you're seeing them out more and more and more. A few different stock market analysts saying that they expect this thing to be in more people's arms, and it will. They're just going to use, the coming famine as a backdrop for it. This is the book of Isaiah 34:2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Right? Now, what does that say? All nations. So, this nigga here, Trump, this damn devil, he out here saying, he making this thing to keep you, your people safe, man. Keep you Americans, you 2/3 safe, right? If you really want to go into who are really the citizens, man, it's really, really y'all. We renounce, this government. We don't got nothing good to say about this government. We pay our taxes, we pay our bills. We render unto Caesar that which is Caesar. But hey, when it comes to our free time, the way we operate, we don't operate the way that the society tells us to operate, right? Like I always make the analogy, even at work, why hang out with a bunch of niggas or a bunch of Edomites if you're in an office or whatever, right? where you can't watch videos, right? I mean, you could maybe, but like I don't even want to be around them. Like, honestly, I'd be mad at myself if I'd be around these fucking people if I could avoid it, right? Certain things, there's an office-wide thing, and they say, "Oh, we're all leaving to go get lunch at this particular place," and they want everyone to be there. There's no way you can really get out of it. It is what it is, but you have a choice. You know, say, "I'm gonna go over here. You guys have fun," right? This land also shall be cast out as it come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, right? Because it's gonna be a large amount of death when World War III comes down. This is all it's talking about, World War III. The heavens shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, right? The nuclear missiles, as the whole shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree, like a fallen fig, it falls in that ark. The missiles fall in that ark, and the heaven, host of heaven shall be dissolved, right? Right? These missiles, right? And heaven should be rolled together as a scroll. Pretty much, Esau, his weaponry, they're gonna be destroyed in the heavens. They're gonna look like they're being rolled together as a scroll, because that's the way the nuclear missiles look like. You could take a picture of a nuclear explosion and say, take it, copy paste it, put it into like Paint, MS Paint, and then take a picture of a scroll, right, with the checkerboard out of the background, and then you could put it on top of the missile, and they'll line up. You can see that that's clearly what that's talking about. If you have the spirit, if you have the ear to hear, right? For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, bullets shall come down upon Idumea. The people of my curses, people of my judgment. Right? So-called white people, man. But all these nations are gonna get it, man. Alright? We all gonna get it taken down. Right? Pertaining to this. Right? And then you have a relation, how shall come and taking the crowns off these kings' heads. Right? In a spiritual sense, no one has a crown nowadays, but he's just gonna take down their authorities and put them down, destroy them. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood, is made of fatness, with the blood lambs of bulls, the fat kidneys of rams. For the Lord had made a sacrifice in Basra, a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Right, America. Right, a sacrifice. Right, a land that's gonna be utterly destroyed. Right. So we can go down to Isaiah 10. That should not be quenched day and night nor day. Smoke thou shall go forever. For generation to generation it shall lie waste, none shall pass through it forever and ever. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it, the owls and the raven shall dwell in it, and he have stretched out in the light of confusion and the stone's emptiness. Right. So yeah, it's pretty much going to America. Why is it clicking this? I don't even want to click this. Right? And then that's pretty much it. But it's all talking about America. Going to Isaiah 13. You can go into Revelation 18, Jeremiah 49, 50, 51. Alright. That's all over the place. Goes into the absolute destruction of the space. Right, 2nd Ezra 15, 16. Right? And I'm supposed to be, just living it up in here. Fuck this place. So when you edify, and I say, shalom.